My question was about Jews today who
Mm.
perform Yom Kippur. According to the Torah, to the commandments here, you not only need a priest, but you obviously need a temple to do it. So why and how is it that some Jews are still somehow keeping the Day of Atonement, or they think
Yeah.
they are? Because clearly they're not according to the laws in the Torah, no?
Well, no, they absolutely are not right. You cannot keep that Day of Atonement according to those verses that you had on the screen there, because you haven't got a temple or tabernacle at all. But note that the Jews who are trying to do it today are completely out of date. They haven't accepted the Messiah has come. The whole point of the new covenant is to show that Jesus, under the law of Messiah, has abolished those temporary, shadowy things. So the permanence mentioned in the text you had on the screen there, that permanence means only as long as the conditions prevail.
It goes on to say in verse 33,
Mm.
and that the priest is to make atonement for the holy sanctuary.
Yes.
He shall make atonement for the tent of meeting and the altar.
Mm.
He shall also make atonement, etc. If there is no priesthood
Right.
system now,
Right.
obviously, and God said this is to be done permanently,
Yes.
if you're trying to read this in that literalist way that I think a
Yep.
lot of Sabbatarians read, for example, they say, well, the law was forever. God said it was for the
Yep.
Sabbath is forever. Well, wait a minute. What about this system then?
Well, exactly right. So let's take that very sentence you gave there. That point of view says the tabernacle was forever. That's true. Physical circumcision was forever, according to Genesis 19, right? Forever and ever and ever. What did Paul say? Physical circumcision doesn't matter at all. That then highlights, and I hope convinces everybody, that new covenant Jesus law stuff is not the same as the old. Otherwise, the Bible is
Right.
completely contradictory. We know it isn't.
My point is that I'm
Mm.
highlighting the inconsistencies. For example, when it comes to the Sabbath, even Christian scholars say, well, in Matthew 12, they're performing a humanitarian task. They're feeding themselves, they're eating. It's a human need, Christian scholars say. That was allowed under the Sabbath. And I'm like, wait a minute, where are there humanitarian exemptions?
Not under the old Torah. I don't think
Under
under the
the
Torah of
Torah,
Moses.
no. So it's
No.
a sort of made up thing
Yeah.
and highlights an inconsistency, even in some scholars.